What is up, awesome people? And welcome to tonight's Wi-Fi battle. Alright, so this is probably the last Wi-Fi battle I'll be putting up for this week, unless I score any random passerby battles throughout the rest of the week, which I highly doubt I probably will, because they usually DC on me. But regardless, this one was another Wi-Fi battle. This was the other Wi-Fi battle I did on the live stream over on PIMPNITE's channel, and this was against Napalm and Franz Kafka. I hope I said that right. And there, on Napalm's side, he's got a Furfurry. I think that's a fancy Furfurry, Ferroseed, and Leopard. As for Franz Kafka, he has Swoobat, Sawsbuck, and Seviper. So another Seviper, it's like another one I've seen in the most recent time. As for Sawbuck, I tried using one of those in 5th gen, didn't work too well, but I'm still impressed that I'm seeing a Sawsbuck. That's another Pokemon who does not receive very much love at all. So my side, I'm actually partnering up with PIMPNITE himself. So PIMPNITE has brought Honedge, Archon, and Camerupt. As myself, I got Go-Goat, Tarflosion, and Zebstrika again, because why not? They're my 3 favourites from my team. Alright, so most likely Leopard lead from Napalm. Leopard with Prankster, most likely. I think it has Confused Ray, but I know it's got Thunder Wave. It's quite annoying with that. Most likely a whole bunch of annoying moves on Napalm's side for Leopard, unless it's a sweepy set with Focus Sash. You could even have Night Slash. Moves like that. It's not very often you see a sweeping Leopard, but the option is there. Ferroseed's most likely just an annoying Leech Seed set, Defensive Wall, Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs, you know the drill. And as for Furfurry, sorry, I'm just so amazed I'm seeing a Furfurry. Not very often you see a Furfurry either. Could be max special defense, max health, could be a banded set. There's a few sets you can run on Furfurry, could even be a special set as well. It is possible to run a special set on Furfurry, but regardless, Furco, it can tank fighting moves pretty well. So it'd be pretty interesting to see what that Furfurry is. I'm not going to take a guess because Napalm absolutely loves his Furfurries, so it could be absolutely anything. It's a mixed bag of lollies there with him. As for Franz Kafka, Seviper, most likely a Coil set. That's the most common set run on Seviper. Coil, Rest, Shed Skin. Earthquake's probably another move it could run, and something like Crunch or something for its last move. Sawsbuck is usually a physical set. Hornleech for its main stab move. Could be running a whole bunch of other moves. I know it does have Double Edge, so that's another option there. And Swoobat, simple set, Calm Mind, sweepy set. Not too much that you can do with Swoobat, so that's what I'm assuming it's going to be. As for Ben's side, Camerupt, that's a spec set, Archon, Scarfed, and Honedge is bulky defensive Everlight, so it's going to be very interesting to see what that Honedge will do. Alright, so I nearly forgot a question of the day. So since you asked what our favourite 3rd gen Pokemon is from the last video, so who is your favourite 4th gen Pokemon? And mine is Luxray. So with that, let's jump into the battle. Unless I can think of another 4th gen Pokemon, which I don't think I can, but Luxray is my favourite for 4th gen. Alright, so we lead with Go-Goat and Honedge, and as for the opposing side, we've got Leopard and Seviper. So Leopard is going straight for the fake out there, does get powered up there by the normal gen, and that's going to do a good amount of damage there to Go-Goat. So I don't really know if that's not a sweeping set, judging from that damage. I thought they would do a little bit more since Go-Goat is especially defensive. Seviper went for the Coil there. Honedge went for the Sacred Sword there, does a nice hunk of damage there to Leopard regardless of being a defensive wall. I did get leftover coverage there on Go-Goat. Alright, so this thing is going for the Night Slash, so I'm assuming it's a sweeping set. Does a good amount of damage there to Honedge. I go for the Horn Leech there, just taking out that Leopard, because I am quite afraid of that Leopard, judging from the damage it's dealing. It's most likely an annoying set, but I'm not too sure. It's hard to tell from the damage there. I'm not a big... Oh, that just annihilated my Go-Goat, and it's a crit. I think that may have mattered, not too sure. Because I had no defensive EVs in it at all. Honedge goes for the Sacred Sword there, does a little bit of damage there to Seviper. But as I was saying about that Leopard, I'm not too sure if that was a sweeping set or not. I'm actually not too familiar with Leopard at all. Anyways, my Cabbages is sent to the field. It's a bit of a running joke on our live stream, but it's the Ferroseed. Honedge goes for the Shadow Sneak there, just try and get some priority there. I go for the Discharge there because I know Honedge should be able to take this. So it hits the Viper there. It does get the Parahax on Viper, so that's pretty cool. Unless it's running Sucker Punch, which is always a option there. So Ferroseed goes for the Curse there. So Gyro Ball is now a big threat there from Ferroseed. Ferroseed is a great user of Gyro Ball. And this thing is carrying Dragon Tail, so that's not going to do too much for Honedge, but it is going to phase it out. Well, not really phase it out, didn't get any boost there, but goes straight into Archon, who is unfortunately walled by both Ferroseed and Viper. Alright, so it goes for the U-turn there just to try and just get some momentum on his side. Does a little bit of damage there to Viper, which is awesome. More damage the better. Goes back to PIMPNITE, and with that he's going to bring out his Camera Up. So let's just scare out the Ferroseed, which is a bit of the threat at the moment. I go straight for the Overheat here, and I'm actually going to take out the Ferroseed there because Ferroseed is defensively orientated. It's alright in special defense with Everlight, I will admit that, but that's definitely not going to like an Overheat at all from a Zev Streaker, especially in special orientated one. Get a little bit of Life Orb damage there, and I do get my special attack dropped by 2 stages. Viper does get the Parahax, but does get the Shed Skin as well, so heals the Parahax. So it's a shame Shed Skin doesn't kick in before Parahax. Alright, so Furfrou is sent on the field, so it's like, well, I'm definitely out of here because I can't do anything with a -2 on my side. I go into Tarflosion here. So Furfrou goes for a turn there, and that's going to do a hell of a lot of damage there. Camera Up goes straight for the Earth Power there, and that's going to take out Viper. A Specs Camera Up is pretty nasty in special attacks, so that Viper does bite the dust. A little bit of, it lost health. It's Life Orbed. Okay. I thought it was Specs, but I guess not. Alright, so I'm going to go for the Eruption there. So that's going to do a hell of a lot of damage there to Swoobat. Takes out Swoobat. I honestly thought that said Martina for a second. And this freaking thing lives, and it's going to go for a turn, powering down my Eruption. Camera Up goes for the Flamethrower there. It takes out the Furfrou. So I think that's Napalm out of the battle. Oh well, poor Napalm. You did get a little bit ganged up on. Anyways, the last Pokemon on their side is Swordspark. So, since I am Specs, I'm not too fussed about my drop in Eruption power. The Specs should recover that pretty well, and that does take out Swordspark. And at the same time, Swordspark isn't exactly defensive either side. It's more of a sweepy poke as well. So, I think even if I was down into the red, that should have done a lot of damage to Swordspark regardless. Anyways, that was a really interesting battle. As I said, that Leopard, I am not too sure what set that was running. As I said, I'm not honestly too familiar with Leopard. It may have been a sweepy set. Just very surprised by how little damage that was actually doing, especially to my Go-Go. The fact that it's not running any defensive EVs as well. It's mostly in special defense and health. Yeah, it explains why I didn't do too much to Honedge though. Honedge was Everlight defensive. Archon, I would have loved to have seen Archon do a little bit more. Unfortunately, you turned out, and that was all. Yay! As I said, props to using Swordspark there, Franz Kafka. I don't see Swordspark all that much. I actually do want to use Swordspark personally. I do like the design of Swordspark, the fact it can change from 4 different forms based on the seasons. Winter is actually my favourite. It's just cool looking. I like winter. I don't like winter personally. It's just too cold for me. But the winter Swordspark is awesome. And I suppose I should really go say props for Swoobat as well. It's not really a Pokemon that crops up all too much. I mean, you see it now and again, but it's not used as much as other Pokemon, I should really say. Simple, calm mindset. It does work really well if you get allow it to set up. It is pretty fast as well. It's just unfortunately not bulky enough to be able to tank any moves. I don't think I've got anything else to say, but yeah, if you wanted to answer the question of the day, which was, who was your favourite 4th gen Pokemon? And I did quickly say mine was Luxray. I actually forgot to mention Garchomp. I don't use Garchomp because of how high tier it is, but if I was allowed to use Garchomp and just disobey the tiering and all that, I would use Garchomp. I wouldn't use Mega Garchomp, not a big fan of the Mega, but I do like Garchomp. Garchomp is a pretty cool Pokemon, it is just simply badass. I mean, the fact when I first saw it in 4th gen, it actually swept my team when I got to Elite 4. It is just pure awesomeness. Even in the anime, when you see Cynthia, it is just pure badass. It's just awesome. It deserves to be favorited, in my opinion. But anyways, that's it for this video. So as always, thank you so much everyone for taking the time out of your day to check out this video. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my previous Wi-Fi battles. And if you like what you see, make sure to stick around for future Wi-Fi battles and future videos. So as I said, this is probably the last Wi-Fi battle I'll be posting this week. I didn't get any other Wi-Fi battles, but if I do snag any other passerby battles for the remainder of the week, I will try my best to post them. I am pretty busy this week at work, outside of YouTube, so I've got to try and work around that. So don't be too surprised if I don't post any more Wi-Fi battles, but I'll try and post some other videos instead that I can try and squeeze in. So yeah, make sure to check out, stick around for them, or if not, I shall probably see you guys, whatever, I'll see you guys next. I'm actually not too sure when. But yeah, anyways, this is LadyKrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!